All right, guys, I'm back. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to get SMMA clients in 2022. All right. And so basically, if you're brand new to my channel, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go ahead and click the link to like this video and subscribe. When you like, it helps with the algorithm, and subscribing is so that you guys get the content first. So in addition to that, I also want to let you guys know the content that I put out are things that we actually do in the agency. And so this is why we know that if you implement the things that we're doing, you will have the same result, okay? And so basically, how do you find clients? Now, depending on the niche that you're in, you will have to be a little creative, right? Because some niches may not be as simple as other niches to find clients, but essentially you can use the internet. It's very easy to do, and it's affordable, and it's duplicatable. Now, if you want to, you can also buy lists and things like that from list directories, but you can look at the internet and you can find out where are your clients most actively on. So for example, the other day, and I'm just going to pull it up on my phone because I, excuse me, I saw it and I thought, you know, what if somebody wants to work with therapists, right? And so there's a platform out there. Just give it to you guys. Took a screenshot of it on social media, right? There's a platform out there that is called, moment, Talkspace, right? And Talkspace is like an online platform that will allow people that are looking for therapists to connect with therapists, right? Now, I didn't delve deep into this platform, okay? So if you want to do your own research, you can, but more than likely, it's a directory, it's a lead generation site for therapists, and therapists can find clients across the country and maybe internationally as well, I'm not too sure, with this platform. So if your niche that you want to focus on, for instance, are therapists or even services that I haven't discussed, then this would be a way that you would find these clients. You would basically go to Google and you would use the internet to see what platforms your types of clients are going to be on. So let's say it's dental, right? And you come across a similar website like that. Then that list or this website will have, it's basically a directory, it's a lead generation site, and they will have, when people subscribe, it will go to specific agents on their platform based on their location, right? Or however they're setting it up. And so you can use similar platforms like that. Now, again, I'm going to show you guys stuff that has worked extremely well for us when it comes to home service, right? Working with home service businesses. Home service is a phenomenal niche to be in. There's a lot of opportunity in it. And you can also see that with what Google is doing with the local service ads as they begin to put more into it, more from their algorithm, pushing it obviously to the top, then it's obviously a space that they want to dominate, right? Of course. So let's go to the internet here. So let's just say you want to work with carpet cleaners in Utah, right? And so, so Utah is obviously the state. So let's go with, what's that big city? Salt Lake. So we got Salt Lake City. So this is a big city in Utah, Salt Lake City. So let's say you want to work with carpet cleaners in Salt Lake City, which is obviously in Utah. You can put Utah, but Google will pick up that Salt Lake City is in Utah. Excuse me. And right away at the top, you see Google's local service ads and the sponsored. All of these businesses, which is 50 plus, are looking to get phone calls from Google. And Google has different rates for what they charge. I think it's anywhere from $20 to $35 or even $40. Depending on demand and depending on competition. So as you can see here, there's a number of different carpet cleaners in this platform. And so let's say a carpet cleaner wants to get, you know, 5 or 6 or 7 or 10 calls a day, then they would have to bump up their budget in order for Google to match that need. And obviously a consumer could call anybody in here, right? But more than likely the consumer is going to call the people at the top 3. Every now and again, you know, if someone doesn't answer, they'll probably scroll through, but that's just common sense. So these people will more than likely call one of these 3 people. They'll go, because it's going to be mobile, they'll go right in their mobile, boom, hit the number and go right to the business. But the key here is we're focusing on lead generation. We're focusing on providing phone calls and leads to businesses, right? And you can see right here, this business here just wants phone calls. This business here is open to phone calls and forms, phone calls and forms. And so this is just strategy. And once again, this is stuff that we have looked at from a number of different angles. And basically you could come in here, call the business up. I wouldn't call them from here because they would get charged for, but I would go in and look up the business and I would just call them up and see if they're looking to get some more phone calls. Here's a business that in this local market is doing really well and they have a lot of reviews, right? That means that they're getting good calls, right? And they're closing these deals, right? A lot of reviews. Look at this, my goodness, a lot of reviews. So these businesses are looking to get more and more phone calls, right? Now, another caveat is that you will sometimes see businesses here. You will see them in the map pack because they were doing some SEO. You will see them on Angie's. You will see them on Yelp. You will see them on the SEO as well in here, like this one is here as well for SEO. So you have to ask yourself, why would a business, right, be, doing so many types of advertisements? And this is basically when you're prospecting, one of the reasons people have issues when prospecting is because they don't understand the full scope. And this is why I like to call home service businesses, is because you can easily actively see that they believe in marketing and that they're looking for services, right? And so from doing that, you basically can go in there, call up the business and see where they're at, right? Now, another good tip when prospecting, how do you get clients in 2022, right? You want to have a script and you want to have a process, okay? Most people have one or the other, meaning they don't have a script and then they have a process, or they have a script and they don't have a process. I often see that it's most people have a script, but no process. So what are they looking for? They're one-hit wonders. They want to call a business that has 250 reviews. They're getting calls for 25 to 30 bucks, maybe 40, I don't know, right? And then from there, they want to sell this business on their services and they want to call them once. And if this business has said no, they stop making calls. They have no process, right? But you don't want to think of it that way. Again, there's 50 plus businesses in Salt Lake City, which is a good sized city, but it's not that big, right? That means that this market is looking for that type of relief. If you're a carpet cleaner in this area, they're looking to get more phone calls. They're looking to 5 calls a day, 10 calls a day, whatever it may be. And they're looking for that type of success, right? Then you have businesses that are also here in the map pack. You could offer that as a service, but we're going to focus on lead gen as well. And then obviously you could go into Yelp, right? You can go right into Yelp, even in Angie's, and we'll go through both, but you can go into Yelp and then from Yelp, sponsored results. So again, these businesses are looking for customers, right? Does that mean if you call them that they're ready to go with you? Possibly not, right? Doesn't matter though. So these businesses are looking for phone calls. Does that mean if you call somebody and they say, I'm not interested, that you should stop making calls? No, a business owner is allowed to not be interested in your service, right? That's why you need to have a process. You need a pipeline. So for instance, in here, let's look at these numbers, right? What I like to look for is a consistency. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 businesses, and there's a number. So 7 businesses in this area are looking for phone or leads and phone calls, right? That's a good number. Typically, when I see it around like 1 or 2, I know that there may be something off with the city, and I won't call them through Yelp because it tells me that for whatever reason, maybe business is booming. Maybe everybody is booked up. Nobody's really looking to advertise right now. And I'm not even going to entertain and waste my time. That's just through my experience, right? You can test it for yourself. That's through my experiences, or the platform is not serving the market right, meaning that a lot of consumers in the area maybe not be using this platform, and business owners have tried it, tested it. It hasn't really gotten them the success they're looking for. Okay, so I want businesses to have some type of success with the platform they're using. And here's why. So, for instance, so we have Angie, right? Angie's a platform that is a directory site. And you can see the businesses like this businesses are doing a lot of recent work because they're getting reviews. They may be the only 2 on the platform, I don't know. But from there, I would reach out to them and I would see where they're at. Now, I know that they're paying for lead and I don't know the cost. I could discover that, but I know that these businesses are currently doing something that I want to offer them, which is a pay per call, pay per lead process. That means that I don't have to necessarily twist their arm and convince them why leads are good for their business. They already know. their only objection will be, or one of two things, the cost and the quality. That's it. So once we get over that hurdle, which is why we offer many of these clients a free trial, basically, it's a consultation, introduction to what we're doing. It eases that pain so that they can get a ride for what we're doing. But again, if you guys haven't seen my video on how to offer the free trial, who the free trial is for, I would highly recommend you doing that, because you don't just give away a free trial. You're not giving away money. The trial is based on the business basically saying, listen, I like your price, or I'm willing to pay your price, but I need a test run. I've been sold a dream before, and I'm not ready to go down that rodeo. So if you guys can offer me a trial, we can talk some more. Okay, great. And then we'll go through the necessities of the trial, right? So in 2022, basically, if you guys are serious, you should be able to sign up anywhere from 2 to 5 clients every single month. Okay. Now with that recipe, for you to hit 10 grand a month, it should take you about 3 to 4 months, right? And it could go sooner depending on the amount of phone calls and leads you can get your clients. That's why I like pay per lead and pay per call, because it's results driven, meaning that you could have one client based on the niche, of course, that is getting, 200-300 calls a month and in a local area, and they're gonna get up there. They're gonna get up to 10 grand a month. So it's rewarding to you as a marketer, it's rewarding to you as a marketer that if you're good at what you do, that if you know how to get businesses results, then you can help these businesses get more customers, phone calls, and leads. And the beauty with pay per lead is that it's results driven. What do I mean? Meaning that a business owner is not going to just spend 10 grand with you and not get something in return, meaning they obviously would be looking to close deals, right? And so it increases your likelihood of customer retention, which, in other words, let's say you just charge the business 10 grand a month and nothing came in, or very little came in, right? The likelihood that they're going to do business with you the next month is slim to none. But if you're charging a business by the result, which is a phone call or a lead, in carpet cleaning, I would just do phone calls. But if it's a phone call or a lead, then your success with them is directly tied to the consecutive results that you can get them, right? And so that basically opens up an opportunity for you to have long-term customer retention. And so with that model, you do obviously want to, incorporate account management and things like that. But this is basically how you will go out. And so let's just go to another niche. Let's say you want to work with roofers. So we do roofers in Salt Lake City, same thing, 50 plus, right? Now we have ads, right? We have some of our roofers doing some ads, okay? We have, Home Advisor is another one, Angie, right? Those are directory sites. We have the Google, the Google Map Pack, right? We do roofing. I think I saw them up here, right? What else do we have? And then again, we had the directories. These are different, and you can even click on these, and in them, there'll be links that where some of these leads are, or these, what do you call them again? These bloggers basically will be directing leads to. That's another tip. But basically, this is how you would find businesses that are actively engaged in looking to get leads. It's a telltale sign. They're looking to get leads, right? They're actively engaged and looking to buy leads actively. And so essentially what my process is, it's a numbers game, meaning that if you put enough businesses in your list, in your pipeline that meets a certain criteria, what's the criteria? A, they currently believe in marketing, right? And how do we know this? Well, it goes into B. They're currently spending money on marketing, right? A business that is in this listing, currently spending money on marketing. A business that is running ads, currently spending money on marketing. And many times a business that is ranked in the Google My Business local 3-pack or map pack, however you want to call it, is spending money on SEO, right? So they're believing in marketing. A business that is, working with a company like believe in marketing, believe in leads, right? These are the criterias. That's it. If they believe in marketing, and again, if they're open, are they open to more information? Now, open could be subjective, because you can catch a guy or you can catch a lady at a bad time, right? They could have just had a bad phone call. They could be having a bad morning or a bad day. This is why you want to keep them on your pipeline. It's up to you how often you want to contact them. But I use my discretion, right? I may contact, if I speak to someone and, they said, hey, now's not the time, I may call them in 2 weeks. I may call them next month, or I may have already signed up someone in the area and I don't really need to call them back right now, right? And so those are some of the discretions that you can maintain. For those of you that are going to collect the email, this is a little another nugget is if they say it's okay to email them, you can add them to your email list, right? So your agency might have maybe it's a monthly newsletter you want to send out for everyone who's a carpet cleaner, and you say, hey, there are top ways to get carpet cleaning leads in 2022 or in January, February, whatever it may be. And every month you're giving them tips and maybe they reach back out to you. These are just things, obviously, because you're running a business that you want to implement to your agency. But, you know, it could be another niche, right? Let's say you want to do HVAC. Really won't matter. You put basically the niche, you put in if you're not in this local city, and then you put the city name. And so we have same thing, 50 plus. So this area here, guys, this city is a booming city. It looks like there's a lot of contractors, as you can see, because each city we keep seeing this 50 plus. That's a lot. And it's not as easy to get all these businesses phone calls. So what I mean by that is that the best part about home service is that it's very demand and seasonal driven. So there are seasons where there's peaks and valleys where calls will drop down just a little bit, not to the point where you're not getting phone calls, but just a little bit, right? Like a carpet cleaner in the warm spring and summer months, even in the fall, could get 20 and 30 calls a day. And in the winter times, you know, he can get 10, he can get 5 in a day, right? And it's normal. So obviously, if there's so many businesses that want to get phone calls and they don't have, let's say, a list or follow-up people they could reach back out to, or a big clientele that's calling them, they're going to have to do advertising or they can lose their team, right? And so this is where you have a value proposition for businesses. Now, that's more detailed conversation, of course, but on the surface level, as you can see, you know, looking to get leads, MapPack, okay, who we have first? Yelp, right? Angie. This is another lead generation site. Lead site. Oh, this is a business. Lead site, right? Lead site. And so here we go. Another, lead site. You know, plumbing is in there. So, you know, they do a little HVAC and plumbing probably. Lead site. You know, these are how you find clients, right? Now, obviously, if you want to go, let's say you want to go dental, right? You go dental, or you could do like dentist in Salt Lake City. So here we have dentist, boom. You know, this dentist near me. Leads, they want leads. They're paying for ads because they want leads, okay? Look at this MapPack, my goodness. This is what, 4? Wow, I didn't ever seen that before. This is a 4, oh no, it's an ad first, okay. So this is probably another ad in the MapPack. So they're doing a Google Map ad as an extension. So another lead, is it the same dentist? Yeah, same dentist. Okay, so look at that. Salt dental. Okay, this is a more than likely, if we click on it, we could see, but this will probably, this is a lead site. Another lead site. Now, this is probably going to like 1 or 2 dentists in my opinion, but another lead site, right? SEO rank, another lead site. And so then we have some SEO, right? So a lot of the dentists in here are not doing a whole lot of there's leads here in advertising, but that means that, you know, you can find dentists in this city as well. You can do it through keyword search. Yeah, here we go, lead site. So they're looking for leads, guys. They're looking for phone calls specifically. They're looking for all of those types of customers in their market, right? And you can basically do this with the different verticals that you want to cover. But just keep in mind that finding the client is very, very simple. It's what you're going to do when you get the client on the phone, what you're going to say to them, how you're going to say it, and then what your follow-up process is going to be. You want to have a follow-up process that works for, you know, you and the client. So when I told you guys in the previous video, what will my process be? Well, let's say I'm going to call this company here, Same Day Heating and Air, right? They're in Salt Lake City. I was obviously not going to call them from here because I don't want them to get charged from the call that I'm making. I'll look the business up. They got a lot of great reviews. So this business is probably, you know, it's going to be one or the other. They're probably looking for more because they might have a big team, or they're probably going to say, I'm good. Most times they're going to say, I'm good. I already know they're going to say that. Why? It looks like they're doing phenomenal. It looks like they're getting all the calls in the world. Well, John, you guys have heard me say it. Many people I speak to say the same thing you did. It happens every day. People say, I'm good. I hit them with the rebuttal. Guess what? They say, okay, send me the email. Again, as you guys know, the email will do all the selling for me, okay? And so I'm gonna reach out to them. Let's say I don't get them on the phone, and it's right now it's about 11 a.m. Okay, from and their time it's probably, I think they're 2 hours behind the East Coast, so it's 9 a.m. So 9:30 or so, right? And so I call them, don't get them. Lunchtime comes around, I want to get John on the phone. Okay, I don't get John on the phone. Okay, afternoon comes around, I want to get John on the phone. Now, what if nobody picks up? Right, I don't get a receptionist, nothing. Okay, so if nobody picks up, then I'm not going to leave a message. If I get a receptionist, I want to get his or her ear to find out if he or she knows where this business is at, what they're looking for. Hey, reason I'm calling is because my company, my team and I, what we're doing is we actually work with companies just like you, and we get them phone calls every single day, for people looking for emergency services. In this vertical, emergency pays big money. And it's usually a situation where someone has an immediate need. And so I would obviously want to know, how would that rub that person if they know, right? Many times they will know, because in most of these companies, they may have a big team, but more than likely it's not that big. It might be 10 people, 15 people. Some may have a bigger company, but the majority don't, right? And so that's just a little inside tip. And so now that I know that, okay, he might say, yeah, you're like the 10th person to call today, we're not interested. Okay, I hear you, no problem. Let me get a chance to send over an email, and when the time is right, maybe we can speak again, okay? So I'll send them my email, and then they'll go on to the back burner. I may give them a call a month from now, okay? I'm not gonna call him 10 or 15 times thinking that just because I'm calling him, he's gonna do business with me. That's not the reality of the situation, okay? He goes on the back burner, okay? Maybe I'll send him or her an email once a month if for whatever reason I haven't gotten a client in this area yet, right? Boom, I go on to the next one, okay? And I'm really looking for that one, but I already know that these businesses are looking for phone calls. They're looking for leads, okay? And then I would keep going until I get through all of the different businesses. And as I'm doing that, I'm adding them to a list. Now, if you guys don't have a CRM, you guys know that you want to put these businesses in a list, right? Which you can use an Excel sheet for free, and you can use a digital one if you guys are moving around a lot. You're not always at one location, so that way, anywhere you log into your like a Google, for instance, your list is there. Basically, what that list is to do is to basically give you the information with the business, the person you spoke to, the day you spoke to them, the business information, the day, their email, their phone number, who you spoke to, and then anything specific, like how you might have found them. For instance, in this case, we found them in the local service ads, right? If there's other forms of advertising they're doing, I would also put that in there too. And then I would put their response, not interested right now, okay? And then I would put them on a calendar to follow up in a month from now, okay? Then in addition to that, I may even send them a monthly email, and I'll notify myself in my calendar. So your list is your lifeblood, and that's why you have to really keep it organized, okay? Next thing, you could go through the ads again, like I just showed you. And again, you can look the businesses up so you don't waste their clicks. I hate when people do that. You don't waste their clicks. And then obviously you have the map pack. Now the map pack is a very unique space because these businesses have paid, SEO over a period of time in many cases to rank here, or they might have bought a listing and they ranked here. And so in many cases, you may not always find the businesses that are ranked at the top 3 to be that most interested because they're already getting a number of phone calls, right? Just keep that in mind. But you can easily open it up, the map pack, and you can scroll through. Now, the difference between a map pack consumer or a map pack business versus like an ad business or a directory business is that these businesses may not believe in buying leads, phone calls, and marketing, okay? Because if they're only here, they're currently not doing that. And that's a big tip. You may not find that they're as open. Now, we've signed up businesses from the map pack again, as you guys know, but just keep that in mind. You may see a different type of consumer. Oh, we don't believe in advertising, things like that, which is perfectly fine. I'm just giving you guys a heads up, and they'll move on, right? Yelp is another great tool. You go into Yelp, and then from here, as I showed you guys before, you're going to have the sponsored results section, and you just scroll through and look at that. I mean, it's over 10 businesses in there looking for stuff. You have people that have promotions. You have people. So it tells you that these contractors are looking for leads. That's it. It's telling you that. Okay. Now with Yelp, keep in mind, Many of these businesses pay a monthly subscription, whether they get calls and leads or not. They pay one flat rate, unlimited. So you just want to use that in your discretion in your marketing pitch, so you can understand some of their pain points. Now, I personally don't work with HVAC companies, but nonetheless, if you want to work with HVAC companies, again, I would probably give them something where you're getting them emergency services and phone calls, because the likelihood that they can convert that person a lot simpler rather than somebody that just has a general issue and it's not an immediate concern that they could wait a day or two or a week or a month to actually address it, is a lot different. Emergency is someone that must get this done in the next hour, 2 hours, 24 hours. And so the likelihood the first person they call, they'll more than likely get the job. And so in that case, you can charge, and you can also charge more because it may cost you more to get that type of customer anyway. And obviously they have the likelihood of making a sale from every phone call you get them. Okay. So guys, listen, if this video has been helpful, okay, what you guys want to do is you want to go ahead and like this video, share and subscribe. Again, like I told you guys, we give you guys the tips and the tricks to have success with your agency, to basically today pick up the phone, start calling, making clients, working with you. We're going right into 2022. Don't sit at your computer just watching all these videos, consuming content. If you want to have an agency and want to have success, right? You actually want to get started. Now, if you need a strategy call, because the videos we give are great, but say, Mike, I actually need more one-on-one support. Guess what? That was me. I needed that, just like you, one-on-one support. I didn't want to guess. I wanted someone basically to speak to me and show me the roadmap. Then you could click the link in the description below and book a strategy call, right? Now, for those of you that need more than a strategy call, you need a coach, right? You're not good on the phone, you know it. You have issues on the phone. You get anxiety, you have all these fears. You need someone that can actually coach you, get you right, get you solid, get you ready to hit the ground running in 2022. Then don't procrastinate. What you want to do is you want to click the link in the description below. We can speak and see if you qualify for the program. Not everybody does. Okay, so that's key, but you want to see if you qualify. I'll see you guys next time.